Okay, so here we are for our week 3 pre-recorded webinar. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go over some general class stuff. I'm going to do it very quickly because we've already done it for the past 2 pre-recorded webinars, and then we'll jump right into the week 3 assignments for this week. All right, so when will grades be posted? As you probably already know, they will be posted the Tuesday after the class ends or sometime after that. So it'll either be that Tuesday after the class ends or hopefully fairly shortly after that. All grades are posted at the same time, so if we're waiting for one student to turn in something, then everybody's kind of waiting for that student before I can post grades. So just keep that in mind, but also I do realize that, sometimes things happen, and if you need a little bit of extra time, please feel free to contact me, and I can let you know if you got a little bit of extra time that we can work with. That I can give you to get an assignment done. Discussion boards, try to do them earlier in the week. It just kind of helps, especially when other people are responding to you. Make sure you check all rubrics to make sure you don't miss anything. And I do have a website right there that has some kind of extra stuff in there that you might want to check out. Okay, weekly meetings. We do have these pre-recorded webinars. I post those under each week. And then I also have some open office time as well. And I'll post information. Right now, they're typically scheduled for Mondays at 5 o'clock and then run until 5:45 at the latest. But that may change, so look for updates on the announcements or in your email. Okay, so week 3 assignments. So we're getting into the Moodle course this week. This is one of the tougher weeks, if not the toughest week, because we're actually going to start to build a course in Moodle. So if you have questions about that, please feel free to ask. Also remember, there's lots of resources in our class website that can help you with building your Moodle course. But let's go ahead and just get into the specifics of what's going to be included in that course. So you need to make sure that it has working areas. So you're going to want to be having areas in your course that are active, that have things in them and are ready. In those working areas, you might find things, well, actually, you should find things like your first assignment will be in there that students will participate in your Moodle course. Your first assessments is some sort of quiz or test, something like that. Some general content, just some general information, kind of like what you would find in our class website. In fact, our class website is probably a pretty good example of some things that you would find in your Moodle course as well. You're going to want to have some slated content areas. Now, these would be areas that you might not be ready yet. For instance, we don't have enough time to do a full course or to create a full course in Moodle. So you might have something like week 1 might be ready. Those might have your working areas, your first assignment, your first assessment, general content, things like that. But then you want to like map out where it would go. So you might have like a week 2 and a week 3 and a week 4, and those might be areas that are under construction. You won't be expected to have those areas ready yet, but we can see in your course what would be coming up in future weeks of that course that just we didn't have time to finish up. You're also going to want to have a central repository, just kind of an area to put in like the syllabus or put in something like frequently asked questions, your course outline, maybe links to YouTube videos or something like that that you want the students to be able to have access to. So it's just kind of this, not really a dumping ground, that's what came to my mind, but it's just sort of this area where you can put stuff where students can know, okay, if I'm looking for something like the syllabus or a course outline or objectives or things like that, it's probably going to be in that centralized repository. So just like a folder that would hold those things. You're also going to want to make sure you have asynchronous activities. So this would be like our discussion board. This would be an activity that maybe you post a question and students will post responses, and then students could respond to each other like our discussion board area. You're also going to want to make sure you have a synchronous activity available in your area. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking in the background. I apologize for that. They're picking up the trash, and she does not like the guys that pick up the trash. I don't know why. I don't know what she's got against him. Anyway, synchronous activities, that's going to be like a live chat. So something like our office times where we can meet live and talk. So you want to make sure you include something like that. And then you want to have 3 activities in your course. So 3 things for the students to do. One absorb activity, 1 do activity, and 1 connect activity. So remember back to when we talked about that in a previous week. Okay, and then you're going to want to make sure you have 1 assessment. So you're going to want to have some sort of quiz or something like that, like we talked about. You're going to want to make sure the grade book is working, and you're going to want to make sure you have some multimedia elements. So it could be something as simple as like a YouTube video or something like that, but you're going to want to make sure you embed those activity or that multimedia into your Moodle course, which is a little bit different. Again, there are some resources available that show you how to embed videos and create things in your Moodle course, so you'll want to refer to those. If you don't see those for any reason, or if something seems to be missing, please let me know, because I have lots of tutorials that I've done, and there's lots of tutorials in our course as well. So I'm happy to share those with you guys. So I want to make those available to you. Okay, that's your Moodle course. That's you're building you're building your course there in this 1 week. That's why I think in one of my previous announcements I said you might want to take a look at week 3, because it's a big week. So hopefully hopefully you did that and you kind of have started to at least kind of wrap your brain around what to do for this, because it's a lot. So I'm here to help. Make sure you contact me if you have any questions, and that's what I'm here for. So. Okay, good luck with that one. Our other thing is we do have 1 discussion board. You're going to be choosing 2 Web 2.0 tools that you might use in your course, and then you don't have to use them in your course. You might end up doing that, but it's just, notice it says that you might use in your course. So you're just going to investigate some Web 2.0 tools. There's a selection of tools found on the class website, so you can go ahead and look at some of those. This should be a good selection of tools that you can check out there. Then you're going to want to, in your response, you're going to want to put the name of the tool, the rationale for the tool. So you want to, if you can, ideally want to connect it to the objectives you made for your Moodle course. So what's your rationale for using that tool? And then how will it be assessed? If you use this tool for something, how is that going to be assessed in your course? And then, of course, you're going to want to make sure you respond to at least 2 other students. This is one of those too, where if you can label your responses, that'll help us out quite a bit. Help me out, and probably help you out in the long run too, where if you just put, name of tool and then your answer and then rationale for the tool and then your response and then how will this be assessed and then your response, maybe even in 3 different paragraphs or, sections or whatever, that really does help me, help to make sure I find all of your answers and I give you the right points for that. Okay, I think that's about it for this week. Again, don't be afraid to reach out if you have any questions. All right, have a good week, guys. Thank you very much. Take care.